Namaste and welcome to our chair yoga session. It's just a small class to hopefully keep you nice and lubricated if you are perhaps sitting at a desk all day, or perhaps you're a little bit older and feeling a little bit tight around the muscles and the joints. It's a nice restorative session, so hopefully it will be suitable for everybody, but please be careful with your body, be honest with yourself, and hopefully you will enjoy our session today. So what you will need is a yoga mat, or at least somewhere that you're not going to slip over. So make sure that it's nice and maybe lino floor or something that's not going to make you slip, or maybe wear grippy socks if you don't have a yoga mat, and a chair with a back that's around about thigh height, so middle of the thigh height, just underneath your hip. And make sure that when you sit on the chair, your knees are roughly the same height as your hips, so not so that you're any higher or lower. So make sure you've got a nice comfortable seat on your chair. And also we're going to use a strap today. So if you don't have a yoga strap, I'm just using a piece of material. You can use anything like oven gloves or a towel rolled up, but it's just something to extend your grip today. So we will get started. So come and sit nice and comfortably on your chair, making sure that your hips are just on the edge of your chair and your knees are over your ankles. So sitting with those knees hip width apart. Place your palms on your thighs for a little bit of grounding for your body. And then we're going to take a nice big breath into the centre of your chest. So as you inhale, nice and open. And as you exhale, big sigh to ground your body. 2 more of those. Nice big breath into the centre of your chest. Expand your rib cage. And then big sigh. Last one. Big breath in. Nice and open, and then big sigh out. Closing your eyes down. Again, we're keeping the hips forward, so we try not to lean back onto the chair, nice and upright. As we close the eyes and just come to watch your body for a moment. So we're watching internally to look for any signs of tiredness, of any tightness around the muscles, around the joints. We're not there to judge, we're just there to be aware of our body. And also this inward gaze allows us to slow down a little, allows our breath to relax, our mind to calm. And again, that awareness of our body, making sure that we are practicing to the best of our ability without forcing, without overstretching our body today. So as we rest here, taking a nice deep breath into the base of your lungs. So as you inhale, rather than into the chest, push it beyond so that you can feel your belly expand. And as you exhale, a gentle softening of that belly back in towards your body. Again, nice big breath in, feeling the air coming in through the nostrils all the way down into the base of the lungs, and then as you exhale, just feel it filter all the way out again through the nose. We're looking for a nice, steady, even flow of breath. Again, the best way to do this is to concentrate by closing your eyes down, getting rid of all that visual stimulus. Don't worry if the breath is feeling somewhat juddery, or perhaps you're feeling a little more open on one side. Just taking the time to allow the body to relax for a moment. To bring more oxygen in, to find that nice open space for your body. And then from here, if you can, still with your eyes closed, no worries if you want to take a little peek, and then when you're ready, you can close the eyes back down. But we're going to come into a nice gentle cat-cow motion with our body. So if you know what that is already, carry on. If not, no worries, maybe you open the eyes, or maybe you follow along with me with the eyes closed. So as you inhale, you're going to lift your chest, draw your elbows back towards the sides of the body, squeeze those elbows nice and tight, squeeze the shoulder blades. And as you exhale, you're going to slide the hands along the front of the knees and round your back. Try not to let the shoulders lift up, just let them open out nice and wide. Inhale, breath again, you're going to come forward and up, opening the chest. Shoulders come down, elbows squeeze, open throat if it's comfortable for your neck. And then as you exhale, slide the hands forward and over those kneecaps to lengthen out through the back. So it's important, so keep going, it's important to do these motions with your breath. So as you inhale, you kind of come open with the chest to really expand and make space for your breath. And as you exhale, we're going to round out, again, opening the back body. Nice and long through the neck. So it doesn't matter if you're quicker or slower than my breath, just doing your own rhythm. And again, if you can, with your eyes closed, so we can watch the body and how this feels for you today. Just noticing any tight spaces, and visualize your breath moving into those spaces to open them up, to release them. Nice and slow and steady. And then from here, come back into the center, back into that neutral position. And then we're going to bring those hands into prayer at heart and blink the eyelids open if they're not already. Namaste, everybody. So hopefully you're feeling nice and warmed up through your spine. Again, perhaps you've noticed something that's a little bit tight. No worries, but see if you can, again, visualize your breath moving into those spaces to open them up. So again, making sure that your heels are definitely underneath your kneecaps and your hip width apart. You're going to start to take that prayer up to the ceiling. So as you inhale, raise your arms. See if you can bring your arms beside your ears, gluing the palms together, splaying the fingertips as wide as you can, pushing those palms together. Neck is nice and long, reaching up through the center of your head. Big breath in, big sigh out. One more big breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to take the hands behind the back. So reach them out to the side. Hopefully you haven't got any obstacles around you at home. And you're going to bring those hands into clasp. I'm just going to show you what it looks like from behind. See if you can bring your thumbs and your heels of your hands together. No worries if you can't, but as close as you can, as tight as grip as you can. And then from here, as you inhale, roll the shoulders down the back and see if you can bring your thumbs onto the back of the chair behind you. So away from the body a little. Again, don't worry if you don't want to look up. If it feels a little tight on the neck, you can just look forward. Again, those nice open, even breaths here into the chest cavity. And then from here, as you exhale, you're going to drop your right shoulder. So dropping your right shoulder, keep the arms pulling away from you into the back of the chair. And as you inhale, come back into the center. Again, on the next exhale, next natural exhale, come forward with that left shoulder, reaching the hands behind you, opening up through the right hand side. Again, if you can, look behind. No worries, if not, you can look forward or look down. Just be careful of your neck. And then inhale to come back into the center. As you exhale, just let the arms fall beside you and round your back. Just let the head hang heavy now to release that stretch for your shoulders. Sometimes we're super tight around the upper back and the neck. And then a gentle look from left to right. Really slow, really steady. Again, just checking in with the neck, seeing how that feels. And coming back into the center as you roll your way up. Nice and slow, nice and steady. Again, we're rolling those shoulders up, back and down as you release. And then from here, we're going to take a nice big sweeping out to the side, all the way up. Use your breath inhaling. And then as you exhale, just float the arms down beside you. Again, on the inhale breath, you're lifting up, lifting your rib cage, expanding your rib cage. And as you exhale, big sigh. let the arms float down. Again, nice big inhale, reaching up to the side and out. Exhale. And then last one, nice big inhale. This time you're going to stay at the top with those hands and bring them into clasp. So you're going to clasp all of your fingertips together, all of your fingertips down, and then you're going to release the index finger to point them up towards the ceiling. Think Charlie's Angels. And see if you can get those arms to glue again beside your ears, keeping the elbows long, keeping that reach as long as you possibly can. Nice big breath in, reaching up through fingertips. And then as you exhale, you're going to sway over to the right, but just as much so that your left shoulder doesn't come forward. We want to remain in a nice straight line, looking forward. Both shoulders are looking forward and both elbows are straight. So try not to let those arms come away from the ears. On the next inhale, you're going to come back into the center. Re-lengthen your arms and then exhale, come over to the left. Again, you don't have to come over too far. And you want to push down through your opposite bum cheek. So this side, we're pushing down through our right bum cheek into the seat. Inhale to come back into center. Re-lift. Exhale to come over to the right. Inhale to come back into the center. And then exhale over to the left. Last one. Inhale to come back into center. Over to the right. Pushing down through left sit bone. Inhale back into center. Pushing over to the left. Inhale to come all the way up. And again, as you exhale, just float the arms down. Big sigh. Bring the hands back onto your thighs. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. So we're just going to come into a nice few neck stretches. So hopefully, again, if you've been sitting at a desk or you're feeling a little bit tight around your neck, they will release your body. So we're going to stay facing forward, but we're just going to tilt the head over to the right. So the top of the head is going to move over to the right and the chin is going to lift slightly, but you're still facing forward rather than dropping the chin or lifting it up. So everything is nice and comfortably facing forward. From here, as you next exhale, drop your left hand down beside you. Just give it a little swing, let it dangle. And then come back into the center, releasing from that swinging. Hopefully that arm will have relaxed a little further. And then you're going to bring your right hand onto your head. So we're not pulling the head down, we're just using the weight of the arm to add a little something to that stretch. Again, if you're feeling comfortable here, you can close your eyes. Just noticing whether you've started to relax your spine and come into a curled spine. If you can, lifting your body up into a nice straight back. Just letting everything relax here, breathing deeply. Again, really super long breaths all the way down that left side of the neck. This is such a nice thing to be doing after you've spent a day at a home office desk that probably isn't set up correctly. Just to relax the body. Big breath in. And then you're just going to allow that right hand to float down and the head to come back into the center. A reset shoulder roll up, back and down. And then we're going to place that left hand onto the thigh and we're going to tilt the head over to the left. Again, you're still facing forward, so try and keep the chin perpendicular to the floor and the crown of the head. So nice big breath in and then a gentle swing of that right arm. Again, just easing those muscles, those joints, to let the arm give way to gravity and pull down a little towards the floor. And then come back into the center, just letting those fingertips dangle down. And place the left hand on top of the head. Again, can't express enough that we're not pulling the head, we're just bringing the weight of that arm onto the head to allow the neck to release to its natural capacity. Again, if it feels uncomfortable, you can just let that hand rest on the thigh. If it feels comfortable, close the eyes. Take those nice deep breaths. Again, the spine is tall and upright. We're breathing as deep into the base of the lungs as you possibly can. Slowing everything right down. So one more big breath in. Again, as you exhale, big sigh, let the left hand fall. Let the head lift. And then we're rolling the shoulders up, back and down. So we're going to come into a spinal twist, but we're also going to do the rest of our neck stretches within that spine as part of that spinal twist. So we're going to heel toe the left foot into the center to make sure that our kneecap stays over our heel. And then we're going to cross the right leg all the way over the top. So again, you're trying to make sure that your straight line is all the way down and you're supported by that bottom ankle. And then we're going to bring the left hand over the top of the right knee. So there's lots of lefts and rights. Just to recap, the left leg is on the bottom, your right leg is crossed over the top, and your left hand is over the top of those legs. Bring your, what arm is this? Right arm behind you onto your chair back. So you're just kind of resting that elbow onto the chair. If you can't reach, no worries, just place the fingertips down on the seat behind you. And then from here on the inhale, you're going to still face forward and lift up through the crown of the head. Someone's pulling you up with a piece of cotton in the center of your head. So you're super, super tall. As you exhale, you're still going to face forward, but you're going to start to use the back of that left arm to twist the lower part of your body round. So it's your hips, your lower back, your middle back, your rib cage, your shoulders, and then finally the head comes to join. So we get that nice long twist right from the very base of your spine. Watch out here because your shoulders want to lift a little. See if you can reach those left fingertips down towards the floor to make sure that that shoulder is also coming down and away from you. And then you're going to drop your chin towards your right collarbone. So again, from here we're getting the side of the back of the left side of the neck stretching. Again, make sure that that left shoulder doesn't come up to meet that stretch. Pushing it down and away from you. Nice big breath in and out. Again, the longer you breathe, see if you can get a little deeper into that twist. No worries, if not, no forcing. And then on the next inhale, you're going to keep your body in the same position. You're just going to lift your chin up towards the ceiling as you inhale. And then you're going to come to look over the left shoulder as you exhale. So again, your chin is going to come down towards that shoulder, but make sure that your shoulder doesn't come up towards your chin. So you're looking down onto the floor over your left shoulder. Again, that super long big breath in and out. And then gently release. So come back into the center, untangle those legs. And from here, you're going to do one of your cat-cows that we started off doing. So as you inhale, you're going to slide your hands back, elbows in, shoulders in, open your chest. And as you exhale, you're going to round your back body to reset your spine. Before we come onto the other side, so come back into the center, heel toe that right foot into the center, and your left leg is over the top. So right knee is over your left ankle, and that left leg has come over the top for your right hand to now come over the top of that leg. Again, hopefully you can bring your elbow onto the back of the chair, but if that means you're leaning back, then just bring your hand onto the side of the chair so that we're nice and tall through your spine. Again, we start off facing forward, so as you inhale, we can lift up and straighten your spine as much as possible. And as you exhale, push into the back of that front arm to twist the lower body, middle body, shoulders, and then finally the neck. So we're just looking towards the back of the room for the moment, or maybe even just the side of the room. Again, a couple of breaths here to open up the body. And then when you're ready, drop the chin towards your left collarbone. So you're looking down towards the back of the chair. Again, making sure that front shoulder is reaching down and away from you so that you can feel the neck stretch rather than it coming up towards your face. Long, expansive breaths. And then keeping body the same as you inhale, lifting chin, opening your throat, and then turning to look over your right shoulder, so it's a half moon shape, and then you're going to look down over that front shoulder. Again, your shoulder wants to come up to meet the chin, but if you can, pushing it all the way down and away from you, taking those bigger breaths into the side of the body, into the lower back. So one more big breath in, and then as you exhale, turn to face the front and unwind your legs. Again, we're going to reset with a cat-cow, heels underneath your knees, hands on thighs. Inhale to open chest, shoulders back, lift and lengthen. And then exhale to round out through the spine. And then coming up into that center line, maybe a shoulder roll to reset. From here, we're going to come a little bit further down into the hips and the back part of your legs. So taking your right ankle and bringing it over onto your left knee. And we're going to start to open up that ankle. So take hold of the foot if you can reach it. And make nice, slow, wide circles with those toes. Again, as long as you can, opening up through those legs. Through the ankle, sorry, I should say, and through the foot. And then come back the other way if you haven't already. So nice and open through those ankles and through the top of the foot, bottom of the foot. You're then going to take your index finger and place it, I'm just going to lift my foot off my knee to show you. Place the tip of it underneath your little toe and then run it along to the underneath of your big toe. So you're right underneath that toe line. And then you're going to take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, pull that finger back towards you. So you're opening up the base of the toes. You're really pushing into the base of those toes. So you're stretching out the space between the toe pads and the ball of your foot. Nice and long. Again, make sure you get into that little toe as well. Big breaths. And then you're going to take the flat of your hand and bring it onto the top of your foot so that you're pointing your toes all the way back towards your body as much as possible, and you're aiding the stretch of the top of the foot with your hand. So you're gently pulling back towards your body. Again, nice gentle stretch along the top edge of your foot. And then come back into the center. Heels of the hands on ankle and on knee, and then you're going to flex that foot. So flexing top foot. From here on the inhale breath, lifting and lengthening. As you exhale, we're going to lean ourselves forward. So a couple of things generally happen here. Either you start to round your back and sit into your sacrum, or you lead with your chin and you end up overstretching your neck. So we're going to try and keep the spine in a nice straight line. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what it looks like too. Nice straight line, and as you exhale, think about someone pulling you forward from the center of your chest. So nice and long and open through the heart. Again, hopefully you'll get a big stretch in the glute, the underneath of that right hip, and also round the edge of your leg. Again, nice and long through the breath, shoulders down. Big breaths in and out. So we're trying to keep the fingertips away from that leg as well, just the heels of the hands to avoid drawing it up towards us. Again, if you sit at a desk, this is a really nice one for you to do because you get really tight around the legs and around the hips. So shoulders back too, big breath in. And then exhale, you're going to release the flex of that foot and just allow the body to hang over the leg. Again, nice and long through upper back, shoulders, neck. And then very slowly rolling yourself up. Again, reset with a gentle shoulder roll up, back and down. And then we're going to come into rock the baby. So again, just make sure that your left knee is over your left ankle before we start taking the top leg off. We're going to either come into one of three grips. The first one is to bring your inner elbows around your top leg, so around your foot and around your knee. If that's just not possible, no worries. We can see if we can bring the inner elbows underneath your calf muscle. Again, don't worry if that's not possible either. You can just bring the flat of your hands underneath that calf muscle, but try not to do one of each. So try and keep yourself as even as you can, both hands or arms in the same position. And then from here on your inhale breath, again, it's all about the rest of the body. So nice and tall through your spine, lifting yourself up through the crown of the head, and your shoulders are settling themselves down into their sockets. We're going to give that top leg a nice big hug in towards the body. Again, I know you're feeling a nice big stretch in the glute right now, so that's fine. And then we're going to move that foot and the knee from left to right. So see if you can isolate from the hip downwards and just move that foot, that leg from left to right rather than forwards and backwards. Very slowly, very gently. Again, don't worry if yours looks a little bit like this, that's fine. To what extent that you can do that position is completely up to your body. So try not to compare to what anybody else is doing. And then you're going to come back into the center. Again, a nice big hug before you let the leg go. So inhale to lift. And then exhale to bring that leg back down. So you're just going to wiggle on your sit bones a little bit just to ease out from that stretch, ease out from that glute stretch. And then we're going to come onto the other side. So before you lift your left leg up, make sure that your right knee is again over your right ankle. And there's no tension in the toes. And you're going to take that left ankle up on top. Again, if you can reach it, hold on to your foot, because it's nice, you can get a deeper circle if you guide it with your hand. If you can't, no worries, you can do it without your hand, but just make sure that those circles are as wide as you can possibly make them for you, for your body. And then come back the other way. Again, nice and open through those circles. And then we're going to come into our toe stretch. So index finger starts off with the tip underneath the little toe, and then all the way underneath that toe line towards the big toe. And then you're going to take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, pull the toes back towards your body. Again, you're getting a super big stretch underneath that toe line, in between the ball of the foot and the pads of those toes. But make sure you get all 5 toes. And then you're going to take the flat of your hand on top of your foot. Again, you're drawing the foot towards you, nice and long through the top of the foot. Feel the whole of that stretch all the way down to the toes. And then come back into the center. Again, your heels of your hands only onto knee and ankle, flexing the left foot. And then on that inhale breath, you're going to lift your body. Again, you want to make as straight a line as possible, and you're going to move that straight line forward rather than down. So your heart is going to move forward, your head and your neck is going to come with you, so you're not just reaching your chin forward. Nice, long, even flow of breath here. If you can, a little bit of pressure onto that left hand, but no worries if it feels too intense as it is. Nice big breaths, shoulders down the back, body is lifted forward. Again, maybe your body is still quite upright. That's okay, as long as you're feeling that stretch in the hip, then you're still working your body. So one more big breath in, And as you exhale, relax the top foot and just let the arms and the head hang over the leg. And then very slowly, lifting yourself up. Again, nice big roll up through the center. Shoulder roll up, back and down. And then we're going to take that top leg up. Again, whatever your grip is, just make sure it's even on both sides and see if you can get your shin as parallel as possible to your body. Again, maybe might be a little bit further down or a little bit further up. On the next inhale, lift your body nice and straight and draw the leg in towards your chest. Keep hold of that lift for your body and the leg, and then gently start to move left and right. Again, nice and slow, nice and steady. And then come back into the center again. Nice big hug before you let that leg go. And then exhale to release. Again, just a little wiggle on your sit bones to release any tension through the hips. I'm going to take our strap or dressing gown cord or oven gloves or towel or whatever you have around the house, and we're going to move ourselves, we're going to come into a forward bend. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm up to. Again, we're sitting on the top third of your chair so that our hips are kind of falling off the edge, but not so much that you're actually going to fall off. And then you're going to straighten your legs, but lift your toes with your knees with a little kink in, but they're as straight as you can do without falling forward off the chair. And then you're going to place your strap around your feet. Again, doesn't matter what you're using, just make sure that it's nice and even around the balls of the feet. From here, as you inhale, you're going to lift your chest, so feel the length in the back of the body and your shoulders are going to come down. Again, maybe you straighten the legs here, maybe you can feel like you can move a little bit further forward. If not, just a gentle bend in the knees is fine. On the next inhale, we're going to lift the chest even further, and it's the same action as our last stretch. The heart is going to move forward. As you move forward, bend your elbows in towards your body. Inner elbows turn to face the ceiling. And we're going to lengthen the chest forward. Again, the head wants to lift sometimes and the chin wants to come forward, but if you can, bring the head in line with your spine. Your shoulders are going to come down the back, the heart is moving forward, and we're opening through that low back. So big breaths, again, nice expansive breaths into the back of your body now. And again, I'm sure if you've been sitting at desks, you're feeling this right about now. So nice big final breath in and out. And then you're going to take the strap away, bring the feet wider than your chair, and just hang your body into the center. If it feels uncomfortable to come all the way down, you can just rest your elbows on your knees. But if you can, bring your hands into the floor and just let the head fall. So again, just working to your own extension of body, what feels good for you, but finding that release, that openness for your back. Head stays heavy, try not to keep the neck engaged. And then very slowly, you're going to walk yourself back up. So one elbow on the knee, one elbow on the knee. The head is the last thing to come up. And then a shoulder roll to reset and release. So we just kind of come into a final relaxation. If you want to carry on with the next part of the video, there is also a standing chair yoga video, so you can move on to that. Details are below. If not, we're just going to take a couple of minutes to center ourselves, to ground ourselves after our practice today. So again, we're sitting nice and tall, but we're going to keep the palms open this time in a gesture of receiving. And then we're going to close the eyes down and start to relax the body. So we're going to start off by relaxing those toes. Feel the feet growing heavy. No tension through shins, through calf muscles, knees softening. Walking your way through the thighs, allowing your hips to soften and relax. A sense of ease to your low back, middle back, shoulders. Allow your arms to be heavy and soft. Palms open, fingertips light. Neck long, chin falling down towards the body. A softness to the jaw, to the eyes, to the forehead. As we come to rest our awareness onto the center of the eyebrows, letting everything else fall away through the floor. And then still with the eyes closed, just starting to lick the lips, maybe swallowing, wriggling fingers, wriggling toes. We're going to roll around wrists, start to lift and drop the feet. And then you're going to take a really big stretch. So if you can, lift the arms over the head, still with eyes closed. Big sigh out, let everything fall. And then place those hands together, rubbing them to gently warm them. Placing the hands as cups over the eyes. A gentle massage through those sockets before we blink the eyelids open in the darkness and bring the hands down into prayer. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to practice with me today, and hopefully I will be able to do some more videos for you very soon. If not, there are some grounding videos on my YouTube channel, which hopefully will be suitable for some of you. If you lack mobility, then perhaps these ones are the best, but if you've got a little bit more mobility, then perhaps try one of those sessions and see if you like them.